What's up guys, it's me your boy SteveRandom here, and in today's video I'm doing the 5 common cologne mistakes that you have probably made or you're gonna make if you don't know about mistakes you can make with fragrances. And obviously there are some fragrances that they only fit for one sort of season, and you obviously need to know that. You need to check online, go on any site that says the notes and tells you what season to use them and what preferably is the best time and the ratings. Just so you gotta have a nice, kind of a slight background, a knowledge of colognes. Let's start off with number 5. Number 5 is very obvious, and I've done this a few times, and yeah, they just ruin you, and yeah, it doesn't get you anywhere. I have oversprayed many times, and that is number 5 for a common mistake that you shouldn't be doing. Number 5, don't overspray. Just know the cologne that you're using, because this happened a few years ago. Let me tell you guys a story. I was wearing Dior Homme Intense, that strong chocolatey dark kind of scent, and I was wearing it to a party, right? 12 years old, wearing it to a party, and it's I still have all the memories, or all the bad memories, should I say. So basically what happened was, I don't know why my eyes getting watery, but basically what happened, I sprayed too much of it. Once I got into the party, literally every time I would walk, people were too embarrassed, because we were all young, People were too embarrassed to say anything, especially the parents told me. That's how I knew, because every time I walk up to somebody, they would kind of give me this face, and they would be like, what? And this wasn't kids, this was parents. And when I walked by to say hello, and they're like, yeah, how are you doing? I'm fine, yeah, thank you, okay, bye, go. That's why I got the reaction. But yeah, and pretty much later throughout the day, after a few hours, the parents told me, I think you need to change your clothes, or you need to do something, because your cologne smells too strong for this atmosphere, and please go change. So luckily I had a spare clothes, but you know what I did? I just went out and left, and I was out. So yeah, pretty much, please don't do that, because that would probably happen to you if you sprayed it on at the wrong time. That was my number 5. Number 4 is don't. It's pretty much the opposite, but you have to understand why it makes sense, because number 4 is don't underspray. Don't underspray. If you want to have a cologne and you want to test it out and see the what it fits best for, I suggest just spraying it somewhere at your house, somewhere that there's not many people around that you can sort of offend. Maybe get your family member or somebody to smell you and just say, oh, that's too strong, or if that's good, or if it smells nice, if it smells bad, what they think of it. And after that, you can kind of get an idea of how many you should be spraying on, how many sprays you should be spraying on. Because one time I heard so many good reviews about this cologne, I forgot what it was. I think it was a Zero. I think it was Chrome by a Zero. I had so many good reviews of it, and people were like, oh, it's light, but it lasts a long time. It's light, and it doesn't, it lasts a long time. So what I did was I sprayed 2-3 sprays, which wasn't too bad, and literally nobody could smell me. I was waiting to get a compliment that day, and nobody told me anything. Nobody said a word. So then I was like, I should maybe start looking it up and seeing if the colognes, which colognes work best for not overspraying and not underspraying. So, but you have to try to stay moderate. So number 3 is know your fragrances. This is pretty much the biggest common mistake people make, is they don't know their fragrances. You don't want to spray Pure Coffee Angel Man by Thierry Mugler. You don't want to spray that during the summer, because that is a strong scent, and it's very, very bittery, and you don't want to spray it during the summer, because the summer, let me tell you guys an idea. The summer, you want to have nice citrusy light colognes during the summer day, and during the night you want to have a little bit of spiciness, but still very citrusy, so kind of like Dior Sauvage. And pretty much that's the best thing for summer. For spring, you would like to have sort of a little light cologne with some element of like fruit and light notes too. And during the fall, you would like to have a cologne that's slightly dark but not too heavy, and yeah, slightly dark, kind of, night colognes, those night fall colognes. And during the winter, you would like to have a nice spicy strong cologne to especially if it's cold, where in your area, if it's cold, you want to have a nice dark cologne with some spicy notes. And pretty much Spice Bomb is a very good example of that. And yeah, just know your fragrances, know what to spray during what time of season, and that's pretty much it. Number 2 is don't just care about your hygiene. All right, don't think that after you've worked out you can just spray like 5 sprays of 1 million Paco Rabanne and you would be good to go because you're going to a party after you worked out. No, that doesn't work, because you have to care about your hygiene, and you have to take care of your face, take care of yourself, because this is the only thing you've got to pretty much kind of to attract girls and stuff, because the fragrances are handy too. The fragrances come after, but the face is the most important. Then your body, then the way you dress up, then the fragrances come in. So the first thing is your body odor and hygiene. Just make sure everything that's there is good. I do wash my face 3 times a day. I brush my teeth 3 times a day, and I shower once a day, every day. So I do those repeatedly, and things change, and that's just the first step. So just care about your hygiene, care about what you have, and just make sure you look clean and fresh, and then put on some cologne. And for number 1, the last one, is when you test out a cologne, test it out somewhere that at your room, or like with your family member, or just go around, spray it, a few sprays, tell your brother, sister, mother, father, grandmother, whoever is at your house, just tell them, can you smell this? Does it smell good? Will it work for this time of weather? Maybe they might know, but pretty much don't test out your fragrances outside and going into places and parties and out in public, because when you test out cologne out in public, you never know. It could smell very bad, and you think it smells good because you've heard other people say it smells good. But just know that to test out your cologne, test it out somewhere nice and clean, like just by yourself. And if you like it, use it. If you don't like it, then kind of give it away. Maybe give it away to your parents, like I just now gave away a cologne to my dad because I didn't like it, and he liked it, so it worked out. But that was the last one. Just don't, test out your cologne somewhere good. Don't test it out in public. That's the last common mistake that people make. So that was it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that video, and if you did, click the like button below, and peace.